What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Starting off here, want to apologize for the voiceover, but a lot of these clips don't have audio, which is why you guys hearing me from this voiceover. But like the video said, this is a vinyl wrap video on his 2007, I believe, Subaru WRX Impreza. So, guy came up to me asking me if I can vinyl wrap his vehicle in this color, and I said, yeah, drop it by. And I definitely, like I said, will do any kind of work for anybody. I always give it my best shot, but I cannot do any guarantees. But this car turned out amazing. This is also older footage that I never posted or edited to YouTube, and I don't really know why. I kind of lost the footage and I never got to editing it, but now that I found it, I really want to show you guys the end result of this car because it looked phenomenal. But starting off here, you can see we're starting off with a lot of the accessories, front bumper and rear bumper. We are taking those off so that we can get a good clean wrap around the edges to make sure that they adhere pretty well so that the longevity of the wrap is for years. But before any of that even happens, what we have to do straight off the bat is to make sure that we have a clean slate car to work with. So that includes a full wash and as well as a clay. So basically a clay means just clay barring the whole vehicle, making sure we take any of the contaminants that's stuck within the paint, because if we leave that on there, it's going to show through the wrap as like a little indents or dents. So we definitely got to take those off. Then lastly, another problem that we had to address was making sure that there was no rust. And you can see here there is a little bit of surface rust on the rear quarter panels on each side. So what we have to do for that is sand those down to bare metal, Bondo with a little bit of body work, and then make sure those are flush with the body lines. And also really good for the vinyl wrap to adhere and stick to it. Otherwise, that will be another failure point for wrap peeling up. So we got a little bit of surface rust here, not too bad, Still very strong, it doesn't break or anything. But yeah, for this job, I also had to buy this bad boy right here, Milwaukee Random Orbit Sander. Now we can set up our sander, and it's a pretty straightforward process. You just go ahead and sand that spot until there is no more rust. Then you go ahead and fill it in with Bondo and make sure that it's flush with the lines. All right, here we go. Woo. Okay. Wow. That is insane. So here's the wrap itself. I forgot the exact color, but I think it's down there. But yeah, this thing is a very I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a very dense dark purple, but then on some edges you get a very light. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after we've cleaned everything and done all our prep, now we get into the actual vinyl wrapping process. And for most cars, all the hoods are usually easy or moderate to do, so I always like to knock those out first. And you can see here, after you do the whole hood, it gives you a little bit more motivation to do the front fenders and then the doors. But more importantly, for me at least, it gives you a better look and idea of what the whole car would look like when you finally wrapped all of it and it has that insane color change. However, one thing I do want to ask you guys is if you guys enjoy this voiceover, or should I just replace it with some background music? But I like to explain what I'm doing in the video and exactly why I'm doing it. So this is why I like the voiceover a little bit more, but please let me know in the comments. Go ahead, show you guys the hood as it's done. Whew. I ain't gonna lie, I love this look. Wow. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now that we're done with the hood, we can actually start on the fenders. So first thing I want to say is the fenders were a little bit harder than usual just because they got a little bit more of a body curve rather than the other fenders I've wrapped in the past, but honestly not too bad. Then when you do the first three big panels in the front, including the hood and two front fenders, that gives you a way better idea of what the whole car is going to look like with this big color transformation. Also, let me know if you guys would ever rock this color. I know it's a very popping color in your face, kind of attention grabbing. So not everybody I know would at least like to have this color, but definitely I feel like it suits this WRX. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. We just got another panel done. Let me show you guys this real quick. Sheesh. really coming together now. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, this is probably one of the hardest cars I've done. It's just these body lines are so weird. It just comes in and then out, and then over here it just comes flares like outward like crazy, and then dips back in towards the bottom. Probably gonna do the other front fender today, but I don't know, there's very limited space as you can see, but we'll see what we can make work. But damn, yeah, she's coming together. It's been a while since I've given you guys an update. It's been like 2-3 days time for me. Anyways, this is what the car looks like at the moment. As you can see, we've gotten a lot of work done, but there still is quite a bit. I don't know why it didn't catch me above doing the 2 doors on the right side of the car, and as well as installing the rear quarter. As you can see here, the rear quarter is somewhat on its way being done. I just have this bottom half to do, and then obviously this whole top side that comes around and loops to that edge. And then we just have the side skirt, and this side is done.
72 hours later.
Alright guys, let me go ahead and show you guys the final product. Oh baby, she looks good. Sheesh. There is the 2006 Subaru Impreza for you guys. This thing is nasty.